This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for your free trial membership.
Currently, Mayor Bloomberg from New York wants to ban welfare recipients from using that money on soda. Now, why does he want to do that? It turns out that annually, welfare recipients spend $135 million on soda. Soda alone. Sugary substances.
$135 million.
No, but that's an incredible amount of money. Now, currently there are 1.7 million people in New York that are on welfare, which is also a huge statistic. That's amazing.
Right.
But of course, a lot of them are spending that money on soda, and now there's this whole debate in the country as to whether or not banning them from purchasing soda makes sense.
It's a good and interesting debate, right? It's bad for you, and should you really be spending money you're getting on food stamps to survive on stuff that seems kind of optional and is bad for you to begin with? I'm going to go on the side of, yeah, you should be able to spend that money on that. I mean, what's next? They ban Coke. Next thing you know, they're banning crack. What, I can't put my food stamps on crack? I'm playing. No, seriously though, and by the way, of course, food stamps, there are things you can't buy, including alcohol, right? And actually, the number of people on food stamps throughout the country is overwhelming. People don't know this. About 1 in 6 Americans are on food stamps. That's a giant figure. So that's, I guess, part of the reason, not the main reason, that I say, no. Look, I'm not going to tell 1 in 6 Americans, and I'm not going to tell all those people in New York what they can and can't buy. I'm not going to micromanage their shopping list. Oh no, don't buy V8, buy the actual raw vegetables instead.
No, but that's
the
thing. The slippery slope, I think, is the only thing that's making me agree with you. Because, yeah, it is a slippery slope. We don't want the nanny state. We don't want people to tell, welfare recipients, no, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, banning them from purchasing certain things. But at the same time, food stamps are supposed to be used for food. Is soda considered food? No, soda is not food. But in a world where we're dealing with this obesity epidemic and we're like, everyone's so fat, what are we going to do about it? I mean, I think banning soda and just keeping it at that makes a lot of sense.
It's funny because I don't know if we're the only country, right? But it's a funny problem that we have here, that we're worried that people who need food stamps and need assistance are overweight. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but hold on. But a lot of them, this is true. A lot of them are. And the reason why they are is because they don't have the money to purchase fresh produce, to purchase the healthy food, because healthy food is a lot more expensive. Now you have fast food chains like Jack in the Box accepting, food stamps, right? And Jack in the Box is super cheap. So it's a more economic way to eat. And I think that that's a huge problem.
I'm telling you, man, it's just funny. Are our poor people too fat?
Right.
Okay. I mean, if you had told us, in the middle of the Great Depression, let's say 70, 80 years ago, that main problem, one of our problems in 2010 is going to be our poor people are going to be too fat, right? I think FDR would have been like, great, deal, let's do it, right? But at the same time, look, they're like Jack in the Box is, and if you don't know, that's on the West Coast, is a fast food restaurant, right? It is cheap. And if you're poor, I'm not going to judge you for going to Jack in the Box and getting, filled up on $2.99, $3.99, whatever it is. I feel like if you start doing that, it makes it even harder for them to get by. Now, if you're going to give them the food stamps, give them the food stamps, okay? Obviously, they can't spend it on alcohol, etc., right? But outside of that, I don't want to nitpick their eating habits. And their weight and their nutritional and their health balance is their issue, not my issue. That's way too much nanny state for me.
So you agree that we should be able to ban them from using that money on alcohol?
Oh, of course.
Well, what about when it comes to gambling? Because I remember we did this story a couple months ago where casinos had record of food stamp recipients using money on gambling.
No, if you're using the food stamp stuff on food you bought at the casino, I got doubts about you, but I'm going to let it go. Okay, because you're spending it on food. If you're spending it on playing poker, oh, hell no. Of course not. No way. Yes, JR.
Well, I'm not exactly sure.
And by the way, there's something wrong with that. You can't spend, it's got to be on food. right? Now, people find tricky, hairy, pizzicky loopholes and
that's
stuff.
because,
but that you squash that. Everybody agrees to that.
And the reason why now it's much easier to use that money on other things is because they're putting that money on debit cards now. You see what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right.
that money
no,
could
it's
easily
got to
be
go to
used on
food.
something else.
No way. It's got to go to food. Yeah.
I'm not exactly catching the whole, I guess, places where we're falling on it. But the thing is you're going to, see, now you got me on the casino thing. It was right before that. God, I'll come back.
All right. No, we were talking about how, I shouldn't have interrupted you.
It's contagious.
Yeah, now we've forgotten everything. What show are we on? Welcome back to MSNBC. Okay. All right. Anyway, we'll sort it out later. Yes, go ahead.
It's similar. Okay, if the problem is that they're saying, oh, the people on food stamps, we have to make sure they're doing this in a certain way and eating and buying and doing certain things because of health issues. Well, it goes back to the earlier conversation about the incest thing. There could be health issues with the kid. If somebody wants to eat too much or eat the wrong food with the food stamps they got, that's their
I'm telling
question.
you, man, I'm not going down that road. I'm consistent on both.
But
I don't want to be 1984. Oh, you drank the wrong soda and you had sex with the wrong cousin.
I know, Cenk, and I agree with you guys on that. I hate the slippery slope. That's the one thing that's telling me, no, you can't ban them from drinking soda, right? But I think the one twist in this, is the fact that, all of this assistance is paid by taxpayers, right?
Right.
I don't want the money that I'm contributing to, food stamps or whatever, to be used on soda.
I do. I don't give a shit. Okay, like you want to. Why do you care? They use it on orange juice. They use it on Coke. Who gives a shit?
Because I want them to use the money on food that's going to make them healthy.
No, that's their business, not my business, man. It's not. Then you're gonna get it. No.
You're going there, and look, I also have an issue with the fact that all of this money is basically a government handout to the soda companies.
I hear you on that, but you can call it a handout to the cereal companies because they buy cereal with it because cereal gets you, 10, 20 breakfasts for cheap. It's a subsidy to the mac and cheese industry because you buy 99-cent mac and cheese. No, not buying it. I'm ruling on it.
Cenk, people don't know this about me, but I'm an underground gamer. I love to play video games.
Well, then you're going to love our new sponsor, Gamefly. They're the largest online video game rental service in the world. 7,000 titles, new and classic. Also, no late fees, no due dates. Shipping's always free.
Go to gamefly.com/TYT for a free trial membership.